Hey, everybody, welcome to the Soulful Eclectic. I am your host, Dr. Diana Collins, and I want to welcome you to today's episode. If this is the first time you're joining me, thank you. Thank you for taking the time out to join us. I hope you enjoy the show and you continue to share. And you know what? Come again, bring a friend. That's what we say back in the day, right? The other thing is, okay, so my tribers who keep coming back to hear what it is that we have to say and talk to us, and thank you. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time out to come back. Every time I say welcome back, you know what it reminds me of? And okay, I may be aging myself just a tad bit. I don't know if y'all remember Welcome Back Carter. I used to love that show. John Travolta was a little younger, and all them guys were in there. Um, but anyway, yes. So welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time out for coming back to come back with us here, me here at the Soulful Eclectic. So yeah, so today it's just one of those days where we're just going to talk about life because life is lifing. Okay, life is lifing big time. And maybe some of you guys can resonate with it and, share your input or whatever the case may be. But there's a ton of stuff going on, and we're all in our separate spaces and just feeling a little disconnected, just a slight bit, with some of our family members, our friends, whatever the case may be. You know what, let's just have a conversation. Let's just talk some stuff out and just see what the heck hashes out. Before I do that, I want to thank my sponsors, though. Thank you to Divine Nubian Essentials. I mean, love the skin you're in is amazing. I love the product. My skin is fabulous. I look fabulous under this. I do have on makeup today. No makeup today. And today's makeup is just really light. And under it is, Divine Nubian Essentials Goddess Touch. And it's for us, it's their pro aging line, and I just love it. So if you haven't tried Divine Nubian Essentials yet, please give them a try. I mean, what can you lose? I mean, we all buy all this stuff out here in the CVS and Walgreens, right? Let's give something that's actually good for our skin a try. Listen, it's totally up to you. I love it. It does wonders for my skin, and my hair is amazing. So it speaks for itself in my book. So give it a shot, divinenubianessentials.com. And also, thank you to Collins Education Resource Management. Education is truly their passion, where they're working with nursing students and CNAs and medical assistants. Even some NPs and doctors are reaching out for some added insight and help to their work in school and keeping themselves afloat while they're in there. So if you ever need a tutor, Collins Education Resource Management is always there for you for your tutoring needs. So just reach out to collinserm.com and sign up and make an appointment. It can't hurt to have a conversation. So thank you to those sponsors. And also thank you to WUBI Ubiquity Radio and TV for having my talk show on your radio station and TV station. And if you have not downloaded your app on Apple or Google Play or on Roku TV, what are you waiting for? Do so right away. Come on, guys. It's just a little app. Y'all download those games, download some good music. All right. You'll be happy for it, and you'll thank me for it later. We'll see. All right. So there's that. So thank you to all my sponsors. I truly appreciate you all. Amazing group of people that we work with. Amazing music. DJ Balo has been knocking out the hits. Rob C, infamous, famous Love Jones Cafe. Love the Love Jones Cafe. Nice smooth music. So yeah, just come on down, join us. And also Jay Shoulders, Jermaine Shoulders, who was on our show. His show, The Master Sins, is on WUBI Ubiquity Radio and TV. So why not give him a listen? You'll see, you'll be happy. It's something different, right? I'm all about different and change. We're all about it, right? So yeah, so there's that. Got to get that out of the way. This week, Divine Nubian Essentials will be at a domestic violence event here in Phoenix, Arizona. with Beyond the Hurt. Month of October is the month for domestic violence. You guys remember way back a couple of years ago, I did a whole segment in October where we represented and highlighted individuals who were triumphant over domestic violence, and myself included. And so we had conversations with all those women. So if you can check that out, they're season 1, and amazing women who have gone above and beyond their experiences in life. And I'm so proud to call those women my friends, my sisters, and love them all. So thank you guys for being a part of that. And if you haven't listened to that, please do your due diligence. But again, Divine Nubian Essentials will be at Divine Nubian Essentials will be at Beyond the Hurt in Phoenix, which is located at 813 West Buckeye Road in Phoenix, Arizona. So if you're local, you're looking to do an event or do something and enjoy local crafts and wares and a little music and some good food, come on down to West Buckeye Road and give your support to those who have lived in domestic violence situations. So that's my spiel. So that's where we'll be, and you'll find the lovely Dr. Diana Collins there as well during that event. So thank you so much for Beyond the Hurt for having us there. So thank you again for that. Listen, okay, so the book. I know last week we talked about the book, and I wanted to highlight the chapter that I have in the anthology. So in the leadership anthology that I am a part of, research I have researched into and am a part of, Reset and Relaunch by Becoming. If you have not purchased your book or pre-ordered your book, I'm sorry, you can't purchase it yet. You can pre-order should you decide to want the book. But the pre-order is on the website. Yes, so you can go to DC no, that's my email address. Oh God. You can go to thesoulfulcollective.com and put in your order. And as soon as the books come in November 10th? I think that's a Sunday, so November 11th. The books should be in, and I will mail them out to you. They are $25 a piece, and it's a pretty thick book. Again, Reset and Relaunch by Becoming. And yours truly is an author. Listen, I was so overzealous with my purchase. I purchased 2 of them myself. So these are my personal copies. So I have 2 purchased. But yes, and then you can see all the wonderful authors on the back who all contributed to the book. Our own Kathy Salisbury also contributed to the book. So you'll get to have a chat with her, see her book, her chapter, and read her chapter in the book. Do I talk much? Gosh, yes. Actually, I talk quite a bit for someone who is such an introvert, but when you're doing business and you're an actress and you're doing all these things, you have to get out of your comfort zone. You know, you can't stay comfortable. There's that whole piece, right? If you want growth, you have to get out of your comfort zone. And unfortunately, being uncomfortable is never where one of us wants to do, but there is some comfort and solace in being uncomfortable because there's growth in that uncomfortability, and you can only see that growth once you know. If you're uncomfortable doing something, you know you're going to have big things coming. Let me just say that. If you're uncomfortable doing something, you know big things are coming. And right now, I'm dancing through this storm. If you guys see my TikTok, I was dancing because that was a rough day. It was a rough day. So I danced through it. I smiled through it. And I'm a jokester. So when stuff is really eating at me, I make jokes about it, and that's just my coping mechanism. So you have to find what works for you and what works. Right now, I'm that Japanese art. What is it? It's a vase, or actually, it's a clay pot or some ceramic dish, but it's called, I think, karanji. And it's when the plate is broken and is put back together with either gold or silver, and is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna share it with you what it is. Um, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And it's one of those things where I think we talked about it a while back. I believe, um, if you guys remember. I'm just looking at my list of things that I have planned, um, and it's just one of those pots or a plate, or it's could be whatever. Um, and it symbolizes growth and the beauty that comes out of destruction. That's it. I, you know, it's one of those things where I have to get my mind um together, and today is that day. Um, so please bear with me as I navigate that peace of mind. Um, so I said the name completely wrong. It's not Karanji. That I think that's somebody's name. That I told you I could mess up a name. It's just inevitable. It is no disrespect to anyone. It's just the nature of who I am, and what it is that I am about. So I just want to share this with you guys because it's absolutely amazing, the work that's there. Maybe okay. So it's called Kintsugi pottery. Kintsugi, Kintsugi, Kintsugi. And when it in and I see how you see how I could mess that name up, right? Kintsugi. Is very easy for me to do because, like I said, I'm very talented at messing up a name. And again, no disrespect to anyone or any religion or culture or anything like that. I really do try. These are powerful things that I love and I incorporate into my being of who I am. And sometimes the words do escape me, and I do apologize for that. But it's called kintsugi. And what it is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold or silver or even platinum powder to create a more visually captivating uh, piece of art. All right. So I think the literal translation is golden joinery or golden repair. And I love it because it just looks like a whole new piece of pottery. It looks like a whole new piece of art. And so I mentioned that today because that's what I feel like. I this and doing the book brings me to that. And again, I'm looking at my notes for today's talk. I totally went off book already. Okay, I just need y'all to know that. And I always say my talking notes are a guiding force to what it is I really need to say because it tends to be better than what the notes I have written down. It floors my mind, but there was that. All right, so kintsugi, right? Kintsugi. So kintsugi, again, pottery that's broken, put back together with gold or silver, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And I say that I've referenced myself to a kintsugi piece of pottery because you get broken so many times, and doing resets, relaunch by becoming, that resurfaced to my mind. And we all have a certain level of adversity that we live with, right? We all some of us, let me not generalize that big and say all, because I have met some people that have had wonderful childhoods where they, had both parents, went to school, got a good career, all these things, and never had, from what they expressed to me, right? Because I truly don't know because I wasn't there. So from what they expressed to me, they had a pretty stellar growth in their childhood. So their adversities, or they didn't have adverse childhood experiences like many of us have. But I'm going to say I have taken the ACE test with this, which is adverse childhood experiences, and also the resilience part of that. So yes, I have some aces in my game of cards here, right? So based on those aces, yeah, I do feel like a piece of Kintsugi pottery, because I felt like I was broken, right? My pieces were all shattered. And these years, so those are my past years, right? They were you're shattered, broken into pieces. And then the years now, I would say, is where the repairing becomes. So that whole relaunching. So I had the repairs done. The repairs are happening, and the gold. I'm a silver person. I think silver resonates with me much better than gold. Not that saying gold doesn't look good on me. I prefer silver over gold. So with that in mind, that repair that has happened and is happening is that becoming, because you're becoming a new piece of pottery, a new person, right? And that's how I feel. I resonate with Kintsugi. It's just something that was broken, and you feel like it needed to go, but instead of it going somewhere and being thrown away and left to trash, it has been repaired into something much more beautiful and usable, right? So I'm going to share a picture of a Kintsugi piece. I'm trying to find one that doesn't have like all these advertisements within it. um, but I'm just going to just show you the Google page. Oh, this is not bad. I'm going to just show you the Google page and just look at the pottery itself, not just the advertisements of it. But yeah, so I'm going to just share that because I was just looking for something to represent what I was saying. So when I don't know, think about the things that's happened for you, right? Being Where are you in your life right now? Let's start there. What stage are you in? Are you in that becoming stage, or are you in that, you know, um relaunching stage? I just love the name of the book. Reset, right? You're broken. This is your time to sit there and work on that reset, right? So then there's that. So here's that Kintsugi. You see that? And again, don't pay attention to the advertisement that I showed you. That's not what I wanted you to see. I wanted you to see the art piece that's there. This the piece of pottery and how pretty it looks, and even that small piece over there, right? It's absolutely gorgeous. And just think about that piece being broken and then being put back together. Look how beautiful that is. So I say that to to say that, you know, just like being uncomfortable, being broken does not mean everything is done. You're again, my wounded, not defeated. You're wounded. You're not defeated. So you're broken. Pick up those pieces. Start putting them back together. Okay? And yeah, you might put it back together. It might be a little off, just a little bit. You got a little, you got to lean to it, whatever. But you put it back together. It's still a functioning piece of pottery. You're still a functioning human being. Okay. What you put back together is totally up to you. How is put back together? That's your choice. You have a myriad number of ways to put you back together. And you just have to figure out what works for you. Do that assessment. Sit down. What do you want? What do you need? How you plan to get it? Where it's going to come from? That what, when, why, and how. I love what, when, why, and how. What do you need? Where is it going to come from? How are you going to get it? And why do you need it? Why? If it's something you think you need or you want, right? That's just the crux of becoming something new. What you become, that's totally up to you. I had no clue I would become this person, and I'm not done becoming, honey. I am far from done becoming. This is only the beginning, only the beginning of my becoming. I have so I'm shooting. I'm shooting for the moon. Okay. My One of my other favorite sayings, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you still will be amongst the stars. I'm still winning. A win is a win. My wins look different than your wins, and I'm not comparing my wins to your wins because our wins look different on each other. We're different people. So becoming totally depends on you and what you want to become and who you see yourself as during that becoming, right? It's totally up to you. I just love this moment in time in my life. Yeah, it's pretty chaotic. Like as I said, when they say the storms come, storm is coming. But always when those storms come and you get that clearing, that sun shines, don't it? And it's absolutely the weather clears up, the sky is nice and blue, and it is absolutely beautiful when that storm clears. When that storm clears for me, y'all better watch out now. It's on and popping. It's all right. It's going to be a rough road. I might step in some mud, hit some puddles during that storm while I'm dancing. It's okay. It's okay. I'm still moving, and that's what it all matters. You're still moving. You're still doing it. You're still growing through the challenge. Yeah, it sucks. Believe me, I know it sucks. But you still got to keep going. You can't let that defeat you. You're wounded for the moment. Don't let it defeat you. The only time you're defeated, the only time you're truly a failure is if you don't get up. If you don't get up. Now I'm telling you, get your ass up. Get up, get moving, get dressed, show up for you. I show up for me. I told you before, right? We always find a reason to back out on ourselves, right? Not show up for ourselves. Oh, I'm tired. Yesterday was a 12 hours. I worked so hard. I'm beat. Oh, I got all these things to do. Oh, we got so many excuses when it comes to ourselves. But let somebody else call and say, man, I need you to help me do this. Oh, I need you to do this. Oh, can you do this? We jump to it. We jump to it. Why don't we jump like that to ourselves? So I'm doing my due diligence and jumping to me. Now, there's a caveat to that, right? Because I am married. I do have children, right? So I do leave that space for those opportunities. I do leave that space to show up for them because, yes, being self care is not selfish, but you do have to have that balance because you don't want to leave your family out in the dust, especially your spouse. That's your best friend. That's your lover. That's your ride or die. It's supposed to be. And so I don't want to discount that relationship. So I always have to remember to check in. And yeah, it's something that I have to be mindful of. I don't know about everybody else, but I know I have to be mindful of it. Sometimes I even have to put it in my damn calendar. Okay, let me just be full transparent here. I put it in my calendar. Check in on your husband. Get off the internet. And I ain't doing nothing on the internet but shopping. Like I need another damn thing in my house. I don't. You know that want versus need? I always have to have that conversation. Is it a want or do I need it? Do I really need it? Or is it just that I want it? And it's hard because coming from, you know, my background, I'm just gonna speak for me. Coming from my background, I didn't have all of the things that I have now. And I couldn't get all the things that I have now, the clothes, the shoes, the handbags, getting I can purchase a phone when I want to. I can purchase what I need and then some of what I want when I want to. Okay? I didn't have that. Okay? I didn't. So now I really have to curb my behavior because you get into that urban mentality where you get a little change and you want to buy up all that stuff because you didn't have the opportunity to buy that stuff when you were growing up in them years. So I see how a lot of these individuals who come into money via sports, acting, whatever, and they start making good big money. And I say good big money, and not everyone who's an actor is making big money. Let me let y'all in on that. Okay. If y'all didn't learn anything about what's happening in the film and entertainment industry, know this. The actors who are out here making these films and TV shows and things, they are hustling their behinds off. And I can only speak to it because I'm out there hustling right along with them, fighting for the same roles. And because they've been at it a lot longer, they've been in more films than me or whatever, they get to get pushed up further than me. So I'm still in those trenches, paying my dues, so to speak, so that I can start ranking up there. So please don't assume that these actors, because they're making these films, that they're making big money. Now they just trying to cover their mortgages like the rest of us are. But anyways, I digress. But yes, we are out here hustling, doing our thing. I do have to plug in because I get lost in the world of me. I get lost in the world of me. And the world of me consists of the fact that I feel I've given to everyone else and put myself on the back burner. So now I'm giving to me. And I think a lot of us, especially moms and single moms, feel that way, that we finally get that opportunity to do for ourselves, get the things that we want, and we get kind of lost in that. So I do have to be mindful and check in and be like, hey honey, like today I have to plan date night, which is very hard for the introvert who would rather stay home and watch a movie. I gotta plan date night. So I got to figure out where we're eating tonight because I said, let's eat at home. He's like, no, we're going to be out. Let's eat at dinner. I'm like, ugh. So, it's probably going to be our one of our favorite vegan restaurants out here in Tucson. So there's that, which makes it easy because, again, I don't eat everything. My husband's a foodie. Yeah, we're a great pair, aren't we? God. He's like, all adventurous with his food. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna eat the same little stuff that I like. Right. So which is fine. So we have a really good restaurant here that we enjoy. I just wish we had more fancy upscale vegan restaurants because I want to get dressed up and get snazzy and go out to dinner, and unfortunately there's not too many of those vegan restaurants out here that cater to that upscale elegance that sometimes I just want to enjoy. And yeah, you do have some restaurants that want to offer vegan options or vegetarian options. And for me, there's never anything that I would personally eat besides a burger, right? Or some chicken or something. There's never really an effort made to expand on a vegan menu or vegetarian menu. It really isn't. I don't do vegetarian because I don't like cheese and I don't do dairy. So I keep it to vegan, and it's very hard. But like I said, Tucson has a couple of good restaurants that we shuffle around to get meals, but it's basic American cuisine, easy food. It's nothing elegant or, there's no Gordon Ramsay preparing the food kind of thing. So I'm working our way to it. And a lot of the restaurants are getting a little bit better. But again, for me personally, I'm a very picky eater. So I don't know, shout out to my picky eaters. I know there's more of you out there. Yeah, it's just a challenge for me to really get something good. But I usually just go for the ambiance, the entertainment, and to engage in conversation with my spouse. So, he gets on me about that. It's like, why did you pick a restaurant and you can't eat at? I was like, it's more for the company. I enjoy the company. And I do that with friends too. I'll go and I try to eat a piece of fish or something. And I can't even do that anymore because now it starts to give me a headache. I'm like, oh, because I don't eat it every day. So on routinely, this might be once every other month or so whenever we go out with friends. But anyways, so yeah, so that's that. But yeah, think about that. How are you like a Kintsugi piece of pottery? Think about your life, the situations. How many times have you had to restart your life? That's being a Kintsugi right there because you're broken, you put together, and then somebody goes and breaks you again. So now you're broken in other ways. So can you imagine how beautiful you are? That piece of pottery is after it's been broken, put together again with some gold or silver, and then damn it, you got to restart again. So you're broke again, and then you put yourself together. This time you're using a little bit of gold, silver with that. So you started out with gold and you got some silver. It's like and then dang it, life happened again, and you're broke again, right? Now you put together with some onyx. How pretty is that? How beautiful are you when you are step out and you got, I'm telling you, I'm you're a piece of kintsugi. So what does your kintsugi looks like for you? All right. So think about that and then we're gonna come back. All right. So thanks. Take care. Oh, we're not done. Why do I say that? Oh, we're going to commercial for a second and then we'll be back. Talk to you soon.
How y'all doing? I would like to welcome you to a show that is called Cruise with Rob C, exclusively on WUBI Ubiquity Radio every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. My name is Rob C, and while taking your cruise, you will hear the very best in smooth jazz, smooth R&B, classic soul, as well as other genres that definitely define the very essence of smooth. I personally invite you to come aboard, and while you're here, grab your favorite beverage, turn up the volume, and have a seat as we set sail on this musical journey for your listening pleasure. You can find us at wubi.live, or depending if you have an Apple or Android device, go to your app store and download our free WUBI app. Take care, and as always, enjoy your cruise, y'all.
I am the Disco Bee.
I am the Alpha Male.
I am Benjamin Grimm, and we host,
From a Queen's perspective,
The Seasoned Gentleman.
the host of the Love Jones Cafe.
we are the Love Jones Cafe.
The Love Jones Cafe.
We are the Love Jones Cafe.
Love Jones, Love Jones, Love Jones, Love Jones.
Hey everyone, Dr. Diana Collins here with The Soulful Eclectic, a podcast about being your authentic self and maintaining your health and wellness, brought to you by Divine Nubian Essentials, Love the Skin You're In, and also Collins Education Resource Management, where healthcare education is our passion. If you're looking for a new read, check out our friend Reggie Dupree in Hoodoo Heaven, Return to Hoodoo, and Mystical Midlife Mate, because everything is happening in Hoodoo, brought to you by WUBI Ubiquity Radio and TV. If you have not downloaded your app on Roku or Apple or Google Play, do so right away. The Soulful Eclectic can be found every Friday night, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on all your podcast streaming platforms, WUBI Ubiquity Radio and TV. So, see you soon. Namaste. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to navigate all these things. And of course, there I am, right? Anyways, thank you so much. Yes. So thank you for coming back. Thank you for tuning in and listening to our lovely guys and me. Uh, also want to offer, not offer, but say DJ Balo is also out there at Lolo's Chicken, spinning the tunes and both the Phoenix and the Scottsdale. So stop in and on Lolo's Chicken. I'm not getting paid to advertise for Lolo. I'm advertising for DJ Balo. Okay, Lolo's not paying me. Balo, he could do his thing. Okay, and he also sells mixes. So just check it out. Just check him out. Anyways, so back to Kintsugi and the broken pieces of you and taking those broken pieces and putting them back together into something that's so beautiful and amazing. So what is your becoming? Think about what your becoming is for that. And the other thing that I love to reference also, and I don't know if I said it before, but you know what, it doesn't hurt to say it again. A lotus blossom. I know sometimes you guys notice I wear a lotus blossom. I didn't put one on today because I was taping an audition before coming here. And when you do auditions, you can't put on jewelry and all that stuff. And then I kind of forgot to put on my jewelry for the show. But anyway, for our lotus blossom, right? That's who we are, lotus blossoms. So with being a lotus blossom, the way I identify and I want to share, because you could think about your lotus blossom self. Lotus blossoms, think about a lotus blossom and where we find lotus blossoms. Outside of the ones we create in our own spaces, lotus blossoms grow in like the murkiest and dirtiest, swampy waters. Mhm. All that muck, and that's where lotus blossoms thrive. But you would never think that something as beautiful as that flower is comes from that murky, untouchable water. And so for me, I reference myself as that lotus blossom because here I am fighting to reach that light to grow into something beautiful. And then when it emerges, it's this beautiful, beautiful flower. So that's why even in my logo, I have that lotus blossom and I'm sitting there and I'm meditating and I'm coming one with myself, is because it grew out of the darkest things. And I feel like I've grown out of the darkest moments in my life. And I'm sure there'll be more dark moments. They'll look different, but it's the flower that you become when you emerge is what the value is, what you're looking for. And we're all that flower, right? Wherever we are in those moments, we're that flower, and we got to think about that. And that's what I'm thinking when it comes to a lot of the things that are happening in life, because life is lifing. Life is going to continue to life for us, and it looks different for each and every one of us. Like right now, I probably feel like I'm having the worst things that are happening in my life along with the best things that are happening with my life. It's that evil and good balance, that light and dark balance. With the light is the dark, with the one within ourselves we have light and dark. We have to embrace the darkness within us to appreciate the light that shines within out of us. And and it's always that's that balance that's there. And I think we're all experiencing that balance. And what we have to do is not succumb to that darkness. Okay. We can't, because in that darkness, there's comfort, right? And we talked about being still. I'm not trying to be still, but there's comfort in that darkness. And we got to get out of our comfort zone. And when we out of that comfort zone, that light, that bright light that shines on us is absolutely amazing. And the way you look, the way you feel when that light is shining on you, I don't know about you, but I don't know. My spine is a little taller. I feel like I'm a couple of inches taller, even though one of my good friends likes to call me short but mighty. I told her, she said, when you talk to you, you feel like you this tall, and then you see you and you a little tiny thing. I say, yeah, because I got big energy, and I love that song, Big Energy, because I feel like I have always has big energy. And I just feel like that big energy radiates out to others, and it just spills out. So having that feeling of being that lotus blossom, coming out to that light, dealing with the storm, that balance of light and dark, and accepting the darkness within us as we shine our light amongst others. People don't have to succumb to their darkness that's within them, but we do have to acknowledge it because it's a part of us. It's a part of us. None of us are saints. Even Jesus was a sinner, right? As our parents like to say, even Jesus was a sinner. So it's like we embrace all of these things, right? But what happens when sometimes that darkness just seems to be too much, right? So we have these pieces, because sometimes that darkness, it can make it difficult for you to get out of. It can. It's the nature of darkness sometimes, right? It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be a challenge for you. It's that, again, that evil and good balance, right? It's supposed to be enticing, that darkness. We feel good sometimes. I mean, some of the things you think about that you've done growing up, I know I don't know about you, but I know for me, some of the things I've done that wasn't probably the best thing. I had the best time. So there was some good in that dark. I mean, it probably wasn't the best thing to do, but it was fun, right? So we have that, but we can't too much of a good thing, right? We can't have too much of a good thing, and that would have been something that would have sent us down a rabbit hole of it'll be difficult to come back from, right? So recognizing that and not succumbing to the good feeling of that darkness, and just bringing yourself back and bring it back to that homeostasis, that balance, right, where everything is even keeled, which is a challenge. We're all facing different things within our families. We have birth on our side over here, and just things are just what it is, and we just have to recognize those times, and recognize it within ourselves, and acknowledge that darkness, and find the peace that happens within that. Give yourself permission to be okay with what it is. Give yourself permission to be okay with what is. Because some things we can't change, some things we just really don't have any control. And the only choice we have is to just let it be. Let it be great. Let it be what it is. It is what it is. I know a lot of us say that. Some of us don't like that saying, but it really is. It is what it is. And there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing, the only thing I can do is handle my emotions and my feelings during that time. Because 90% of of the things that happen to you is what happens to you. 10% is how you respond. And that 10%, that response speaks louder than what happened to you sometimes, because it depends on how you respond. And some things, just silence is the best response sometimes, right? Because it doesn't need a verbal. Sometimes silence just you can say volumes with silence. You can. And some things are just warranted to be about, and just let it go, let it rock out. And that's okay. Like there's moments right now in my life where I just have to be silent and let it rock out, right? We do. I have the best relationship with one of my children. I had a great relationship with the other, and it's coming back prayerfully. I have to be patient. And that's what we have to do, be patient. Same thing with, with other people. I have a friend of mine who has her daughter, and her daughter are at odds. And what are you going to do? It's like, I tell them all the time, let them, him, her, whoever they are, have their peace, because you can sit here. I think somebody on, what was that? On what you call it, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. This dude said it great, and I don't know who he is, but he was saying that we as parents are working so hard to build those relationships with our children. Sometimes our children don't want a relationship with us. That's okay, because they feel at some point in their lives were horrible. And from their perception, it probably was. They were little kids, mid-sized kids, maybe even adults. Okay. And now here they are saying that their lives were horrible. And okay, maybe for them it was. It's not for me to sit here and argue about, right? It's not for you to sit here and argue about. As parents, we do the best we can. Yeah, none of us are perfect. As I said, Jesus had sins. Jesus wasn't perfect, and neither are we. We do what we do, and then we grow. And if the growth that I am in as a parent, the growth that you are in as a parent, if that is not where they, as your adult children, want to be, I'm all about your happiness and your peace. That's all we all want for our kids, to be happy, to be at peace, to be safe. That's all. Okay, you happy, you're at peace, do you, boo? Because I'm going to be over here doing me. Let me know when you want to have a conversation, right? And that's what we do, because we can't stop living because our adult children feel like their lives have been tormented and been hell. And I think that's where a lot of me thinking about Kintsugi and being a lotus blossom comes from, because we again fighting that darkness. We have to fight that darkness, and you can get sucked into the mind f that happens. I really try to clean up my language. Okay, I'm trying. We can get into that mindset of torturing ourselves of what can I do right? What did I do wrong? I gave that up years ago. I'm done. I'm done trying to figure out what I did wrong to people. Okay, listen, I was being me. Whatever me was at that stage, that's a different me than what I am now. If you still fighting with the me that I was 10 years ago, shame on you. Because I'm telling you, I ain't the same one. I'm not. Just not. We grow, some of us, right? Because not everyone, there's still some, and we all know some people that's still doing the same thing 10 years later. When we last talked to them, they're still doing the same thing. They like that rat race. They like living in the dark. They like being still. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. If that's what you like it, I love it. For you. Don't love it for me. I'm not trying to be still. I'm trying to plant these seeds, let these seeds grow so I can take myself and see the world. I want to see what else is out there. I travel, my husband and I travel. We see things. Every chance we get, we take the kids with us, the ones that want to come. And now we have a grandbaby. That kid gonna have a passport. We gonna be all over the place. we travel, we go see things, and I want a lifestyle that's going to afford that. So yeah, I'm going to work. I'm going to build that. And that's what a lot of us are doing. So no, I'm not the same person I was 5, 10 years ago. I'm in a different place, a different space, a different mindset. And I'm telling you, I like where I'm going. Do you? Goes back to that episode. Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Yeah, I like the vision that I have going on. And I'm going to keep being that visionary. Yeah, no, I haven't done my vision board yet. I'm still procrastinating on that. I told you I'm a master procrastinator. I we got an event tomorrow, and I'm still don't know if I got everything I need for that because I'm a master procrastinator. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all feel me because you on here listening to me, watching me. You know, master procrastinators recognize master procrastinators, and that's us. But yeah, so I, it is what it is. I love it. It is what it is. But yeah, so growth and becoming and resetting is where you are. So where are you in your growth? Where are you in your Kintsugi? Are you still broken into pieces in the bowl, or are you starting to put the gold and silver back on those pieces so that you can be the energy that you are, the person you're becoming? I'm interested to know. What are you becoming? I know some of y'all reached out to me and told me y'all doing some art, some new paintings, somebody got a new book out there. I love it. And then, I got some poetry going on here. The becomings are amazing. So keep sharing. I love hearing it. So think about it, and let me know.
How y'all doing? I would like to welcome you to a show that is called Cruise with Rob C, exclusively on WUBI Ubiquity Radio every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. My name is Rob C, and while taking your cruise, you will hear the very best in smooth jazz, smooth R&B, classic soul, as well as other genres that definitely define the very essence of smooth. I personally invite you to come aboard, and while you're here, grab your favorite beverage, turn up the volume, and have a seat as we set sail on this musical journey for your listening pleasure. You can find us at wubi.live, or depending if you have an Apple or Android device, go to your app store and download our free WUBI app. Take care, and as always, enjoy your cruise, y'all.
I am the Disco Bee.
I am the Alpha Male.
I am Benjamin Grimm, and we host,
From a Queen's perspective,
The seasoned gentleman.
the host of the Love Jones Cafe.
we are the Love Jones Cafe.
The Love Jones Cafe.
We are the Love Jones Cafe.
Love Jones. Love Jones. Love Jones. Love Jones.
Hey everyone, Dr. Diana Collins here with The Soulful Eclectic, a podcast about being your authentic self and maintaining your health and wellness, brought to you by Divine Nubian Essentials, Love the Skin You're In, and also Collins Education Resource Management, where healthcare education is our passion. If you're looking for a new read, check out our friend Reggie Dupree in Hoodoo Heaven, Return to Hoodoo, and Mystical Midlife Mate, because everything is happening in Hoodoo, brought to you by WUBI Ubiquity Radio and TV. If you have not downloaded your app on Roku or Apple or Google Play, do so right away. The Soulful Eclectic can be found every Friday night, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on all your podcast streaming platforms, WUBI Ubiquity Radio and TV. So, see you soon. Namaste. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for taking that moment to step away and listening to what we got going on around the way. I just want to say thank you again for joining me. I know we had some good conversation going on, talking about yourself and how do you represent yourself as a Kintsugi, where you are in your Kintsugi stage. And being a lotus blossom and bringing that out, and the storms that you've been dancing through, right? Because it's all there. And with those storms, as I said, there's always something that just brings out the shining out there that's going to happen once the storm clears. As you remember, when you get the worst of the storms, and then the sky is nice and blue, the sun is shining. It's coming. It's coming. I can't wait to hear what happens as you come through that. Again, don't be still. Don't be still. Go out there and be in those uncomfortable stages. Be uncomfortable and be okay with being uncomfortable, because with that uncomfortable feeling, there's a lot of growth that is happening. I mean, because honestly, the best successful people say, if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. Yeah, I just love that. So let me know how it all pans out for those authors out there. If you want to share a poem that you have written, please, I'll give you your due credit in the acknowledgement. I would love to put it on our blog at www.thesoulfuleclectic.com. Please reach out if you want to be a guest on the show. We would love to have you. Fill out the form, send me an email at dc@thesoulfuleclectic.com. Reach out to me on Instagram. Some of you have, and I appreciate you so much for doing that. Also, if there is a topic that you feel like, hey, let's talk about this, let me know. I mean, I've talked about menopause. I've talked about penis health. I've talked about vaginal health. I've talked about being strippers and, being your best self. Let me know, because, I'm open. And I miss my friend, Sean LaShawn. Okay, where are you hiding, my friend? Okay, because he's got the leather that's going on, and I can't wait to get him back on the show. He's been busy. But I love to see what leather work he's doing and talk to him about, the other part of who he is who they are, excuse me. That use the right pronouns, who they are. And I just want to hear about that. And also, I have a couple of guests who want to come back. Just give me a day and a time. Come on. You know where to find me. We can gossip on here. I'm okay with that. Well, we don't really gossip, but you know what I mean. We talk about life and just things. Keep ourselves lifted. Keep the good energy going, because that's what it's all about. Good energy and being your authentic self. So please let me know. And again, if you have not tried Divine Nubian Essentials body butter, their hair cream, and this hair oil, man, listen, that's the best hair grease I've ever had in my life. Okay, again, my hair speaks volumes to it. Okay, this is 5 years of locks in the making using that product. So it's doing something. And again, my skin is radiant. Love it. Love it. Love it. And for Collins Education Resource Management, if you have not, please do. If you need help with anything regarding healthcare, if you need a workshop, a speaker, let me know. We're going to be, Divine Nubian Essentials will be at Beyond the Hurt, 813 West Buckeye Road in Phoenix, Arizona, this Saturday from 10 to 3. So come on down, enjoy the festivities, get some food from the food trucks, and enjoy the vendors that are going to be out there. We would love to have you. And also, what do I want to say? I think that's about it. Yeah. Oh, if you have not read our dear friend Reggie Dupree, y'all remember she was on last season, okay, with her Return to Hoodoo and Mystical Midlife Mate. Okay, y'all get on that. Y'all behind. Okay, you can buy her books on Amazon. I think there's a special now. You buy all 3 for I think $20. Maybe it's 15. I haven't looked today. Haven't been shopping today. All right. So definitely check out Reggie Dupree and her series of mystical madness and love and mischief. I love it. All right. So, guys, take care of yourselves and each other. And again, even though you're broken, you're only wounded, you're not defeated. Get up. Failure only happens when you don't get up and keep moving. So, with that, namaste, guys. Love you. Take care of yourselves. All right. Be kind to yourself. Self care isn't selfish. Namaste.